Hi, this is Mr. Smith, and in this video I'm going to go over the syllabus for Math 1332, Contemporary Math, or sometimes it's called Quantitative Reasoning. Sounds really sophisticated. Like if you want to impress your friends, I would go with that one. But anyway, what is this all about anyway? Well, it's really just kind of practical math. Hopefully math that you'll find applies to most people's lives. Things like probability and statistics and financial math especially. I think we'll have some interesting conversations there. But all to say, this is not like an algebra course. It's quite a different a set of topics that we cover, and some students are real happy to have a break from algebra, so that's what you'll have here. So as far as contacting your instructor, you'll find that I'm pretty good about getting back on emails, and normally it's going to be a lot faster than 24 hours. But anyway, on the weekend I don't make any promises. It just kind of depends on what I'm up to, but like I said, I'm usually really good about getting back to students. It is a priority to me to get back to you. So my name is Scott Smith, and you can either call me Smith or you can call me by my nickname, which is 1T, and that's because my mom only put 1T in my name. Turned out, and that ended up being my nickname. And my email, you can see, is here. So that's one really good way to reach me. It goes right to my phone. I get your message right away. If you want to call me or text me, you can reach me at this Google Voice phone number. And, especially if you want to have a little more of a conversation, then go ahead and give me a call. But you're also welcome to text me as well. As far as, office hours, we're not meeting on campus, but we do have this time from 12 to 1:30 each Monday that I'll be available. Basically, you go into Blackboard and, I can literally do problems for you, and we can talk back and forth, and or you can even write on the whiteboard, and I can help you with problems that way. But keep in mind, really, you'll be able to reach me throughout the week. I'm usually really good about answering questions. The best way is through the program we're going to be using. It's called My Math Lab. In that program, there's a place where you're doing a problem, you get stuck. It says email instructor, and you can click on that, and it sends me a copy of the problem, and you can type in whatever your question is. And a lot of times I'll just write back a written response, or if necessary, I'll make a video. So, and I mean, if we really need more than that, we can get into a session where, I can get on a whiteboard and show you some things. All right, so let's see, division office, if for some reason you need to get a hold of them, I don't know that they're going to be available at this phone number here, but for now anyway, you can use this virtual office link. All right, let's move on to the next slide. So let's see, we talked about this. Notice there's 3 section numbers here. There's all 3 of these are dual enrollment courses, so I've got you all on the same syllabus because everything's pretty much the same. This is an online course. Now, as far as the certification date is concerned, I haven't heard what that is yet. Oops, I got rid of that. But I think it's going to be, hold on just a second. So the certification date is going to be around September 16th. I haven't seen what it is yet, but I'll let you know as soon as I do. And basically, that's when I certify you as attending the course. Now, because we're not actually meeting on campus, the way that you will show your attendance is by completing 4 assignments, which I'll talk about in just a little bit. So those 4 assignments, it's very important that you get those done the first week. We start a class on Tuesday, and those assignments will be due on Sunday, and then I certify your attendance sometime the next week after that. As far as withdrawing from the course, if for some reason along the way you end up needing to withdraw from the course, you're going to want to talk to your school advisors and make sure you let them know what's going on, and you'll have some kind of discussion with them before you would withdraw. Let's move on to the next slide here. So this semester we're doing things different as far as when students sign up. In the past, you would pay for your units for the course, and now when students pay for like 3 units, they're not just paying for the course, they're paying for like what normally would be like books and that kind of stuff. Now, it doesn't cover everything. Like in our course, you're on your own to get a calculator, although I do believe your school will cover that. But that's what the Include Ed program is all about. So if you have used my math lab before at Brookhaven, then the way we do things this semester will be a little bit different. I'll mention that in just a minute in a little more detail. So this is the book that we're using, but really what we're going to be utilizing the most is this interactive software which we call My Lab Math. It used to be called My Math Lab, and that's what I tend to call it. So it's an online textbook-based software where you're going to be completing all your assignments. So you're going to need to have access to a computer and internet access in order to complete all your work. In some cases, the school can help you out, or I'm not sure how it'll work with dual enrollment students, but if you need some help, like with a hotspot so that you can get your homework done at home, then that's something that you'll need to talk to your advisors about. If you're not getting anywhere, we can talk and maybe figure something out. Notice here it says standard plugins are needed to access this tool. Most newer computers, you're not going to have any issues, but I'm going to be making a video where I take you through eCampus and my math lab, and you can go through that and it'll show you where you do that part. And basically the main thing that's different this semester, if you have used my math lab before, is you're going to access my math lab through eCampus. Basically, once you're in eCampus in our course, there's going to be a link that says My Math Lab, and you'll click on that, and then you'll want to click on the assignments link. And the first time you do that, I believe you have to put your name in, and they'll ask you a couple of questions, and then you'll be in, and after that you just go right into the homework assignment. And so that's how it's going to work. You'll always enter My Math Lab through eCampus. All right, so I mentioned the calculator. This is the one that I'll be using in class, and it's the one that we would like everybody to have in your course. Now, it's possible that your high school may pay for that, so you'll have to talk to your advisor about that. But otherwise, there are other calculators that you can use, but this is the one that we recommend very highly. When we get to the financial formulas, you'll understand a little bit more. It's really very good about doing formulas where you have fractions within fractions, things that are more complicated. If you have like a TI-84, that can be workable. If you have like a TI-Inspired, those are not allowed. And so if you have any questions about the calculator, you can contact me and I'll let you know. If your calculator is okay. All right, so communicating with your instructor. In an online course, this is really important. I'm not going to be seeing you in class, and I don't have the kind of opportunities I would normally have, like if a student's struggling or if I just have a feeling that something's just not right. So it's going to be really important that you are communicating with me if there's any kind of problems, or if there's anything that I can do to help you out. Each week I'm going to make an announcement in eCampus to remind you what's due for that week, and I'll make any important announcements. So you should get an email. Normally it'll be like Monday each week, and these announcements are going to be in eCampus. But if you're not getting these emails, then that would indicate that you need to go to eConnect and correct your address. Not only is it important for my course, but all the courses you're taking, that's where they're going to be sending your emails. So make sure you have the right email address in there. As far as our schedule, like I said, I'll mention what's due each week. But if you look at the course schedule, it's already in there. And also, as you're doing your homework in my math lab, you're going to see the assignment due dates. And so those are the 3 ways that I communicate what's due and when it's due. Again, you can email me, text me, or call me if you have any questions or you need to discuss anything. And I just want to mention, in any text or email, it's important that you let me know your course name. I actually have, excuse me. So again, there's 3 courses. So you're one of these 3 course numbers. And so I'll need you to include that so I know, who I'm talking to. Attendance, participation. So this is what I was talking about earlier. In order to be certified as attending the course, you need to complete these 4 assignments with an average of at least 70%. And so, and that's due September 13th, that's Sunday, at 11:59. It's the first Sunday after we meet on that Tuesday. After this date, your participation in the course will be determined by your efforts on the homework, quizzes, and tests. All right, let's move on to the next slide. So now we're going to talk about the graded work. Now, I missed capturing one of the slides. I just want to tell you that in our course, homework is 10% of your grade, quizzes are 10%, your tests are 60%, and there's 4 tests, so that means each test is 15% of your grade, and then you're going to take a final at the end that's comprehensive. It covers things from throughout the course, and that's 20% of your grade. And so that's how things will be weighted. And the other thing I would mention to you is our grading scale is the traditional scale where 90 to 100 is A, 80 to 90 is a B, and so on. All right, and you do have to have a C to pass the course. Late work policy. Homework, quizzes, and reviews are usually due by 11:59 right before midnight on Sundays, unless otherwise noted on the course calendar. So again, follow the calendar, follow the dates in my math lab. Most of the tests are due in the middle of the week. There's one, I believe, that's due on Sunday. Any late assignments will receive 1/2 credit up until the due date of the test. So in other words, you have all these assignments, like your first test will cover chapters 1, 4, and 5, and all those assignments have to be done before the test is taken. Once you've taken the test, you can't go back and do homework for that test. But if it's late up to that point, you can get 1/2 credit. As far as tests are concerned, normally we don't do redos, so it's very important that you prepare well and that you take your test by the due date. You can take it early if you want, but you can't take it late. If for some reason you miss that deadline, you need to contact me right away, or as soon as you know you've got a problem, because if you do that, then I might be able to work with you, but otherwise you can't retake a test, or you can't make up a test. All right, institutional policies. These are policies that we have school-wide, things about tutoring, disability services, and a bunch of other things. You should click on this link and go look through those policies if you haven't already done that. All right, let's go to the next slide. Did I miss something else? Let's see. Boy, I think I did. There's the other thing I want to mention with quizzes. Quizzes are like the homework. Oh wait, let's see. Yeah, I guess I missed the quizzes here. So quizzes are like the homework. But basically, you'll do, like the first quiz is over sections 1.1 through 1.3. And so it covers, 3 sections. And so in that respect, it's like getting you ready for the test, or it'll help you to see if you've learned that material, hopefully you'll do well, and that gives you an idea that you should be okay when the test comes. You'll get to take each quiz up to 2 times, and I'll use your highest score. And each of those is timed for 60 minutes. So if you're doing well on the quizzes, that's a good sign that you're in good shape. If you're struggling with the quizzes, then you're going to want to put in some extra work before you take your test. All right, now I think we're ready to look at the calendar. So this is just the beginning of the calendar. I've got the first 3 weeks, and you can see up to the first test. And so each week, your assignments are indicated here, and then and the due date's on the right over here. Notice your first test is going to be on the 30th of November. So anyway, as you can see, it's quite easy to know what's due and when it's due. Now, I would encourage you not to wait till Sunday to start doing your work. Honestly, if I were you, I'd try to get it done by Friday so you could enjoy your weekend. But anyway, I think that's about all I have to say. If you have any other questions about the syllabus or this course, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I'll do everything I can to help you out. And I just want to say, hey, I know an online course is not ideal for a lot of students. If I had the choice, I'd much rather be teaching in person. And I think for some students, it's certainly a lot easier to take a face-to-face course. It requires a lot more discipline, and you've got to have a little more self-initiation. And so all to say, I would just challenge you to step up your game and do what it's going to take to be successful. Take advantage of your friends, help each other out. Try to get things done earlier and not wait to the last minute. And if you run into problems, make sure you ask your questions and get help. The people at the high school that are involved with your program and your college professors, we're going to do everything we can help you. But ultimately, it comes down to you, and you've got to make the right choices to ensure that you'll be successful. So anyway, I hope to have a great semester with you, and that's it for this video.